Hello, beautiful one. I'm so glad that you found your way to this video so you can finally reclaim that basic understanding of the way your body works, because it's ridiculous that we've been raised in a society that spreads this misinformation that women are fertile every single day, that pregnancy is always possible during any part of your cycle, which is absolutely not true. Our solid scientific understanding of the female body is that pregnancy or conception is only possible for about 6 days per cycle. And we can actually learn to track and pay attention to the tangible signs that our body provides us so we can know when those fertile days are happening. So we can either avoid pregnancy, achieve pregnancy, but most importantly, just know how our bodies work, know what the fluids of our body are telling us, and walk through the world with that more empowering sense of agency and confidence when you just recognize how absolutely incredible your womb cycle is. So I'm going to pull up some slides, but right before I do that, my name is Emily. If we haven't met before, I'm an experienced fertility awareness educator. I prefer going by Womb Science Witch, and it is my life's passion and work to guide beautiful souls like you into empowered understanding of your body and your hormones. So, what is the fertile wave? Let's begin with that. The fertile wave are the days of your cycle when you are fertile that take place before and after the main event of your cycle. Do you know what the main event of your cycle is? No, it's not menstruation, it is ovulation. So, ovulation, this brief 12 to 24-hour event that only takes place once per cycle. Nope, you can ovulate again later. That's also a myth. This is the main event of the cycle. So, really, it actually would make more sense in our culture and society if we called it our ovulatory cycle rather than our menstrual cycle. So, what we're doing when we identify our fertile wave is we're literally looking for that wave of what was the first day that I am fertile that leads up to that magical moment, that brief day of ovulation, followed by the tail end of the wave, the couple days after ovulation, that I still absolutely should be considering myself fertile while the egg is actually there in the fallopian tube, perhaps ready and waiting to meet some sperm. So we'll see that we basically begin our cycle with our period when we're not fertile. In a textbook cycle, even though some of our bodies are different, people usually have about a handful of days that they're not fertile. Then they move into this portion of fertility as the egg is developing, as the body is ready to keep sperm alive. And then after that fertile wave is over, we go into our luteal phase where fertility is absolutely impossible. There is a 0% chance of pregnancy in the luteal phase. So another way of looking at that same piece of information is we have our first day of fertility, which we call the point of change. This is the first day that we know that we are fertile. And then we have this peak day, the day in our cycle that is likely the day we ovulated, although it's possible that ovulation could take place a couple days before or a couple days after that peak day. And that's why we add that peak +3, this extra count of 3 after we observe our peak day, so that we know that all within here is that fertile wave. And I know what you're asking. I know what you're thinking. Okay, well, how am I supposed to figure this out? What do these different colors at the bottom of the chart mean? So, this first blue day on the chart would signify the first day that this woman saw that she had fertile fluids, saw that she was making cervical mucus. So, I have that in a couple more slides, some pictures of cervical mucus that we're going to look at together. And here's an actual chart. So here's a chart that someone would have kept. Day 11 is the first day that they saw their fertile fluid of their cervical mucus. That's their point of change. Day 16 is their peak day, because their peak day is going to be the last day that they see any kind of peak, top quality cervical mucus, anything that is either clear or stretchy or lubricative. But then here's the big kicker. We know that ovulation has occurred and we close that fertile wave. We know the fertile wave is ending when we have a shift up in our temperature, because this whole chart that you're looking at here is called a symptothermal method chart. Symptothermal method, another way of saying fertility awareness method, is this tracking modality where we're tracking those tangible signs of our cervical mucus that is coming down and out of our vaginal canal on our fertile days. We're also waking up and taking our basal body temperature every morning, nice and simple. Just when that alarm goes off, we're slipping that thermometer under our arm and checking our temperature. And we know that when we can cross-reference this information, fertile wave begins when we have mucus, fertile wave closes when we have those first 3 high temperatures that coincide with those 3 days after our last day of peak type mucus. So here's 4 different charts from 4 different women showing you the variety of how everyone's charts could look super different, which is why I never advise relying on an app to tell you if you're fertile or not, or just relying on counting days. This is really about observing the tangible sign of your body, like your cervical mucus. So here is 2 pictures of cervical mucus, although there's so many other pictures of how it could look. This is what I love going deeper into in my group programs, is how do we actually check, chart, and interpret our cervical mucus, and how do we check, chart, and interpret our basal body temperature so that we can actually start tracking our cycles and understanding when our fertile wave is happening each and every cycle with the utmost accuracy. So drop in the comment below what's the most interesting thing that you learned from this video today. Your feedback, your comments truly are a form of reciprocity that give me so much inspiration to know who is watching this, what's landing with you, what are you absorbing, what are you digesting. So please say thank you with a comment below, and go ahead and also hit that subscribe button if you're watching this here on YouTube so that you can be in the know every time I post a new interesting learning video for you. So if you want to know more about learning with me, about the programs that I offer, if you want to jump on a free connection call with me, go ahead and check out all of the info and the links that I've dropped in the subscription below this video.